What is up, guys? Wraec here with new video, and today we are going to see a video of another SSS tier core summon, this time provided by Soul. Some of you might have already seen the copy because Barry made a video about, well, what the copy ended up being, because Soul, and I can spoiler that, he retired it. He just went in the gala to summon for the SSS tier and get a bunch of CSG out of it. The thing is, on Amazon, especially the higher tier copies, you don't have to necessarily spend a whole lot to get them. Means you get way more CSG out of it than you spend to get it. So if you have the copies, that can be a very, very good way to get stuff that is in the Starry Gem Mall or packs in general. Because in Starry Gem Mall you will find treasure train tickets, you will find some star spawn materials. There's in general a lot of good stuff in here that you can get. And also, of course, if you check out the packs, there are also the Starry Gem packs. So that is something that you can do, and it's definitely worthwhile. And well, an SSS tier, if you retire it, will give you a whole lot of contract Starry Gems, 200,000. Considering, well, the 100 USD packs are like 2,500 contract Starry Gems, well, that will give you a bunch of packs. So, let's just look at the stats before we start in to see if there's anything good. In the game, it just says S and above. What it really means is SSS tier is 9,300 to 9,900. So that is about the stat range we are expecting. Good copy would be closer to 9,900. Bad copy 9,300. We're still looking at the copy, well, not in terms of an investment in CSG, but as a copy itself, want to look at it, it's good. On an Asmodel, I would say, well, speed is not necessarily that important for an Asmodel. It is certainly good if you want to burst at the start of a turn, but in general, it is good for him if some of the other heroes in the team get hit or some heroes die, because he gets buffs out of it. So speed, not that important. What is important, though, I would say, is a good attack value. We really want a high attack value to just deal good damage. HP can be nice, but I guess everything in the area of SSS tier is good. So overall great stats, high attack tier. That is what we are looking for. So let's just jump into the video and see what he summoned. Okay, bit of a longer video, so I'm going to comment throughout. Well, he just got at this Asmo, they're available. He was complaining about it just having C tier. SSS tier, you know, no probabilities given because we just can summon SSS. And I think he doesn't take much time. Yeah, there he is summoning. Let's see what happens there. And yeah, all orange as expected, and that is indeed a huge copy. We're going to take a look at it later on, but you already see 2 max stats. 9,900 attack, 99 speed. He is rerolling it just for the fun of it, and just to see if he can get a good roll. Because of also we have hammers. We have hammers on Amazon. This is not really the problem. You don't have that many heroes. He doesn't have that many A and S tier heroes because he's recycles them. Like we talked about how he can get more CSG from just doing Soul Awakening Gala. Yeah, of course you can use that to get better and better copies, but that also means you don't really collect a whole lot of A-tier heroes because you recycle them every time again and again to get higher awakening tiers. Freeze immunity, honestly pretty cool with skill damage, giant killer, faction rule use this, but that's a decent roll. That's definitely a decent roll. Yeah, I would have taken that too. Probably would have swapped for this one though. I mean, the left one is more fancy, but I guess, well, the armor break, yeah, that's really good armor break. In general, on the 0, and while you don't really have like the biggest star spawns, then this is quite alright. Spending really a lot of hammers, I have to say. Yeah, giant killer defier with crit damage reduction, that's great. Okay, let's take another look at this copy. 9,900, 9,823, 99. This means like we have 9,874 as an average, I think it was. And well, that is absolute top tier, considering we have 9,900 as the 9,900 as a maximum for the stats. Well, this is certainly quite the insane copy, one of the highest rolls we've ever seen in the game. The most important stat, the attack tier, attack that we talked about, maxed. Then I said like, okay, speed, you can be a little bit lower, but that's really the second most important stat for me. We got it maxed, and then we also got a huge SSS roll on the HP. So, well, I think this was the best Asmodel that has ever been in the game on all servers combined. I've never seen a better Asmodel. Roll on the bonus stats could still be improved. Effect of being healed is not necessarily a bad stat, by the way. People used to run that during the time Asmodel was really meta, and we had like SFX, SQH, and I think Perkinvesser and Asmodel during that time. There were people that used to run Effect of being healed and then build like a secondary team with carries reviving, because he does get healed every time somebody dies. And that of course means if you have Effect of being healed, he heals for even more. If this is not necessary, I don't really know. I didn't test it. I probably would try it, and if it's not great, I would re-roll that and go for something with a little more damage. Skill damage is good. That would be quite nice. Maybe a little bit of crit chance, I could see that. He is a hero that hits multiple times. There are a lot of rolls where his crit can fail, so I would reckon going for a higher crit is quite reasonable here. Other than that, quite a great copy. And I think that's all that is about this, that we can say for this copy. Huge roll, quite understandable that he retired it. I saw some people that were angry because of that, but you have to understand it's a whole lot of a different story if you're on the Amazon server or if you're on Android. Android, it is heavily contested. You end up paying like about the same as you would have spent in the auction house, sometimes even more, to get a stone to awaken a hero. On Amazon, that is a whole another story. You spend way less, and therefore it can give you contract starry gems if you go for a copy like this, and if you have the copies to summon and awaken, of course. So there are a whole lot of different considerations here that need to be done if you go for such a core on Amazon. So don't be mad. It is game strategy, it is gameplay in that sense, and it really makes sense to do stuff like this. Even though I certainly would have loved to have a copy like this, and I can feel everybody that says like, oh no, it was like the best Asmodel ever. Maybe with Soul Perfection we will see similar copies in the future. But other than that, I'll leave you with the video of him retiring it at the end, and wish you a great day, and we'll see us in the next one.